Is credit card debt keeping you up at night? If you've ever found yourself wondering if you'll ever get ahead of your credit card debt, you're not alone. With interest rates soaring and balances growing, it can feel impossible. But here's the good news. There are ways to reduce or even settle your debt for less than you owe, and today we're breaking down how. Here, we'll be talking about 3 common methods for getting your credit card debt forgiven, including negotiating with your credit card company, enrolling in a debt forgiveness program, and, as a last resort, considering bankruptcy. So, stick around because this information could really make a difference for you. First, let's talk about negotiating directly with your credit card company. If you've fallen behind on payments, you might be feeling like the hole is just getting deeper with every late fee and interest charge. But here's something many people don't realize. Credit card companies would often rather get some of your debt back than risk getting none of it. So, if you're struggling, it's worth picking up the phone and explaining your situation. Maybe you've lost a job, or you've had unexpected medical expenses. Whatever it is, being upfront with your creditor can help. You see, if they know you're in financial hardship, they might offer you a lump sum settlement where you can pay off your debt for less than you owe. This happens because creditors know that if you file for bankruptcy, they might get nothing. So, by settling, they at least get something back. And that could be your chance to breathe a little easier. Now, I know the idea of calling your credit card company can seem intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. They're used to these calls, and in most cases, they'll want to help you find a solution. One tip is to go in prepared. Have your numbers ready, explain your situation, and don't be afraid to ask if they can forgive a portion of the debt. You might be surprised at how willing they are to work with you. And next, let's talk about debt forgiveness programs. These programs are run by debt relief companies that negotiate with your creditors on your behalf. What usually happens is that you stop paying your credit cards, and instead, you make payments to the debt relief company. They hold on to those payments until there's enough to offer your creditors a lump sum. While this can sometimes lead to paying much less than what you owe, there are some things you need to watch out for. First, this process can damage your credit score because you're not paying your credit cards directly. On top of that, the forgiven portion of the debt is often treated as taxable income, meaning you could end up owing taxes on it. So, while debt forgiveness programs can be effective, they do come with trade-offs. Always make sure you fully understand the terms before you sign up for anything. Another thing to consider is the fees associated with these programs. Debt relief companies don't work for free, and their services can add up. That's why it's important to do your research and find a reputable company if this is the path you want to go down. You want to make sure you're saving money in the long run, not just trading one financial burden for another. Now, for the last option, and this really should be a last resort: bankruptcy. If your debt has become completely unmanageable, bankruptcy could help you get a fresh start. Chapter 7 bankruptcy, in particular, can wipe out your credit card debt. But, and this is important to remember, it comes with serious long-term consequences for your credit. Filing for bankruptcy will make it harder for you to get loans, credit cards, or even housing in the future, and it stays on your credit report for up to 10 years. But, in certain situations, it can be a lifeline. If you're in a position where you simply cannot see a way to pay off your debts, then bankruptcy can offer legal protection and a way to reset. Again, this is something you want to consider very carefully. Speak with a financial advisor or a bankruptcy attorney to make sure it's the right choice for you. So then, what's the takeaway here? The path to getting credit card debt forgiven isn't necessarily easy, but it's not impossible either. Whether you decide to negotiate with your credit card company, enroll in a debt forgiveness program, or even file for bankruptcy, the key is to take action. Sitting back and letting the debt grow will only make things harder. And hey, if you're feeling overwhelmed right now, just remember, you're not alone. So many people are in the same boat, and there are ways to move forward. Reach out to your creditors, explore your options, and get help if you need it. If you found this helpful, feel free to leave a comment or question below. I'd love to hear about your experiences or help answer any questions you might have. And if you think this information could help someone else in your life, go ahead and share it with them too. Thanks for tuning in, and take care.